Welcome to another episode of Trendy with Allison, and this is a Kim's Chair solo rant today, you guys. We're going to just continue and wrap up this week's conversation when people choose money over integrity. And I left you guys in the last episode with losing money was one of the best investments I've ever made. And I wanted to take the time to explain to you guys what I meant and hope that you learned and got something out of this. I love the next generation of hair, and I hope somebody out there is listening, even if you are stuck in your career or you're like, what am I doing wrong? Some of the things that we talk about on the podcast, it may touch you in a way that makes you want to improve or to reimagine your career and take something old and what feels old and stale and make it new again. Alrighty, so we are going to get in the life lessons folder today because it's really not about the money, right? We're getting to the life lessons folder today because it's really not about the money. It's about the lessons learned and how we can improve working behind the chair, just relational, right? In the relationships that we have with our clients and the attitude that we have toward our business. So when we talk about money and having to comp a service for the sake of doing business, we're not talking about people that don't deserve to be comped. So let me just put that out there. We're talking about when the onus should be on us, the hairdresser, but we charge the client anyway, okay? Whether you need the money, don't need the money. Sometimes for people, it's just their money mindset. Sometimes for people, it's just their pride and ego. They're like, they don't want to be wrong, all those types of things. So that's really what we're talking about. And it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to work and to not get paid, right? It just doesn't. And me, like a personal story I had that came to mind was I had a client that I compromised who I was by doing something that she desired, which was to get a crochet hairstyle. I don't do crochets because I do not like the texture of crochet hair. I don't think it looks natural. It looks like fabric to me. I explained that to her because I've been doing her hair for all these years, decades, and I knew she wasn't going to like it. So right there, I shouldn't have compromised my own standards, but she's such a big personality and she goes on these vacations and her hair has to be, oh my God, I want to get in the water. And her natural hair is really long and curly and pretty. She just didn't want to deal with it. She doesn't like it natural. She thinks it looks ugly when it doesn't, so she straightens it. And so she doesn't want to deal with it, which is fine. I said, I don't do crochets, but this girl on Pinterest, I watched this YouTube video. Here's the video. I don't need you to show me how. I know how to do crochets. I just don't like doing them. But again, I let her personality win over my standards. She comes in, I know she's not going to like it. We already start late in the day for me because I like to be done by like 5:30. I do have banker's hours because I've been doing this for 30 years, okay? I don't work late at night. But we started this service like at 4:30. Come 7:30, she doesn't like it. Of course she doesn't like it because she's like, oh my God, this looks terrible. Like I'm going to be embarrassed walking through the airport with my hair like this. I look like X, Y, and Z. I told you. I told you. Oh, she's crying. She's in tears. Like, oh my God, what can we do? What can we do? But again, it is we. I'm the one that agreed to do the service right there. My bad, right? My mistake. I have to accept responsibility. Should I have comped that service? Abso-freaking-lutely not. But I had to pivot. I was tired. I said, well, let me see if I have wefted hair. I will do a sew-in on your hair instead, something I am well versed in. And oh my God, would you please? Da, da, da. Oh my God, I was so tired and delirious. I just lost control of the service altogether. So I take all the crochet out, keep the braids. I already have the braid down, which is good. And I sew hair on. And it just became one big fat service when it should have been two, right? She's also very frugal on top of this, as she tells me about all of her amazing vacations, which is fine. You owe me just the cost of the service. You honestly do. You don't have to do any big things after that. But I just know she's like that, so I never challenge her on things costing where I have to get into this battle and conversation over money with her. And I charged her for one of the two services. And I even discounted what I normally charge. I didn't charge her for the hair. I mean, oh my God, full head. So in that scenario, what would you do? I was justified. I should have charged her, right? But I let her power overtake what was the right thing to do. Again, that's on me, all me, because I'm still the salon owner. I'm still the manager of my chair. I still have the right to tell her it cost what it cost, and I didn't, which is the cost of doing business. So I wanted to give you a scenario so that you know, again, you're not alone. I do stuff too, like, and I should know better. She should have been charged the full service. I should have stood on it, but I didn't. But I say that to say there's also the flip side of that. There's the person that never sees them in any situation, right? The client, whether right or wrong, this stylist, there are stylists out there that they don't know who they are behind the chair. They don't know who they are in the scenario. So I want to ask for the people listening, especially if you're a new stylist or you're someone that's halfway in and you're wondering why things, just aren't, you're not where you should be. I challenge you rather. I want you to do a self-analysis. And a self analysis is so easy because when you answer some of those questions, you kind of know where you fall in all of this. So think about things like what you can live with, what makes you sleep like a baby at night, and what keeps you up at night. If you're greedy, can you live with that? Being greedy when you should have fixed something or you should have comped something, but you didn't? What about clients? Do you argue back and forth with your clients? Do you go off on them? I told them, she was late. And I'm like, you better not be late. And that. Or you do the service. Well, I did what you asked for. That's what you asked for. And, or they try to come back to get it corrected and you charge them again for something you already charged them for. Are you that person? Do you have poor retention? What does your retention rate look like? Right? Are your books empty? And if you're a really good stylist, but your books are empty, right? That makes your money inconsistent, which is why you're desperate. I call it desperate hairdressing. So if that is you, do that self-analysis, please. It's not just for the client, but it's for you, or you're not going to succeed and you're going to burn out. Who wants to be in a business where your earnings are inconsistent and you don't know what you're going to make from one week to the next? Nobody. Nobody. And you have those that are even like, well, Kim, I'm booked. I don't be kissing nobody's ass. I'm booked and busy, but you got a poor attitude. You could be making even more money. So you're booked and busy. Say you make 15, 20 grand a month. Well, you're leaving money on the table. You could have made 30 grand a month, 40 grand, whatever. If you're that good and you're booked and busy with your poor attitude, imagine what you would be with a good attitude, right? With some care, with good customer service. Imagine. So let's have a real conversation, you guys. Don't leave that money on the table. So that's what I mean when I say it's not about the business you're getting sometimes, it's the business you're losing. Some of the best decisions I've ever made when losing money is the best investment I ever made because I don't lose the client. I want to leave you today with a question. What have you been holding on to that's costing you more than it's worth? Let me say that again. What have you been holding on to that's costing you more than it's worth? I really want you to sit with that and journal about that a little bit. Is it money? Is it pride? Is it just simply you want to be right? So I'll end it with that today, you guys. I hope you sit back, maybe re-listen to this, let it sink in. Your attitude is your business. If you're watching on YouTube, I'd love for you to name one time that doing the right thing cost you money and how it played out in the long run. You guys, thanks for hanging with me this week, and I will meet you in the next episode. Bye.